So, I don't like Joe Biden. I don't think this is, let me get my biases on the table. You might not know this. I don't like Joe Biden. Not a fan, currently. Nor really, ever have been a fan of him, to be honest with you. But Joe Biden had a diverse coalition of support in the 2020 election. A diverse coalition. Those are the words we're going to be using here. So when you think of a diverse coalition of support for Joe Biden, what are you thinking about? Diverse coalition. What does that mean? Well, it means young people. It means black people. It means the gays. And it means old people. Diverse coalition, right? So, here we have an article from the Associated Press, so you know it's good. Biden's diverse coalition of support risks fraying in 2024. So when you read this, you read this headline and it's like, yeah, diverse coalition. I'm a young person, I feel like Joe Biden has let me down. He campaigned on decriminalizing marijuana. He could do so anytime. It's all executive authority. He's refused to do so. He campaigned on criminal justice reform and reforming the police. Instead, he just gave them triple the money. Does anyone remember that shit? Joe Biden yelling at black people saying, don't worry, I'm going to do what you voted me for. And then he gives the police more money. No reform, zero reform, more money. It's crazy shit. But anyway, so is the diverse coalition fraying because Joe Biden is shifting to the right and going back on his word with every progressive or even remotely left-wing promise that he ever had? Well, actually, the answer is no. Former Senator Joseph Lieberman, the Connecticut Democrat turned independent, long known for... That's right, we're starting this off with Joe Lieberman. I know. Centrist views voted for Joe Biden in 2020, but as Biden's re-election campaign begins, Lieberman is preparing to recruit a third-party candidate capable of defeating the Democratic president. This motherfucker, Joe Lieberman, is gonna go all in on the People's fucking Party, man. This guy, I didn't even know that. Okay. Quote, centrists and moderates feel that he's given more from the left than they hope, Lieberman, a leader of the group. No labels, said of Biden in an interview. He hasn't been able to be the unifier that he promised to be. That's right. The same guy who said he would, stop all fossil fuels by 2050 and then signed an oil contract that's going to last longer than 2050. He's actually in the pocket of big left. The guy who ran on reforming the police a little bit, really, what did that mean? He advocated to ban chokeholds and other kind of stuff. That's what the left, what did the left want? Defunding the police, right? What did Biden want? Chokehold ban. What did we get? No chokehold ban, 3x funding for the police departments. But don't worry, everybody. He's in the pocket of big left. Max, what are you doing? This dog is being a dog right now. Biden's political challenges are not confined to voters in the middle. In the days since he formally launched his 2024 campaign, key members of the sprawling political coalition that lifted him over, former president blah, 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 that underscores the test confronting Biden as he aims to motivate the coalition of African Americans, Latinos, young people, suburban voters, and independents to show up for him again. John Paul Mejia, the 20-year-old spokesman for the Progressive Sunrise Movement, says Biden has simply not done enough to ensure that young voters who rallied behind him in 2020 would continue to do so. Young people are starving for more. Mejia said, pointing to Biden's recent decision to approve 2 controversial fossil fuel projects in Alaska, Biden has to demonstrate the extent to which he's willing to be a fighter. We've seen the sort of 2-step on the promise he made to young people. Biden has also struggled to fulfill key promises to black voters, perhaps the most loyal group in his political base, while he tapped I love that. Can you, like, the language that political people use? Like, they don't use the word pick. No. Not pick, not choose. Tapped. Like, who comes up with this shit? Like we're a bunch of senators. Like who came up with this? And let's not use the word pick or choose or select. No, we're gonna use the word tap. Hey, did you hear? Joe Biden tapped Ketanji Brown Jackson to be in the Supreme Court. Did you hear? Did anyone hear? I heard that Joseph Robinette tapped someone. Like, what? Again, I'm sorry for that sidebar, but just like, also, I love the idea. Like, these people that are writing articles at the Associated Press are so fucking stupid that they think that, like, Joe Biden getting a fucking black woman on the Supreme Court is somehow, like, going to make black people at large happy. Like, is it good? Sure. Yeah. We haven't had a black woman, I should say, on the Supreme Court. So, is it good? Sure. Right? I'm not saying it's bad, but it's like, does that really help anybody, let alone any black person in the United States? I mean, does it help them maybe in a theoretical glass ceiling? Oh boy, everybody, right? But like, I don't know. What about literally anything else? Like, I'm talking like you can go down to like a city and pick up some cans on the side of the road. That would do better to help out the black community than a Supreme Court pick. I'm just saying, you know, what we're all thinking here. He has been unable to follow through on pledges to protect voting rights against a wave of Republican-backed restrictions. Here's another thing that for whatever reason, to me, this sticks out as the most important arc when it comes to Joe Biden with the black community, is he went to Georgia, which, by the way, he won Georgia in the 2020 election. He went to Georgia and other heavily black states and said, we know you're upset about police brutality. We're going to reform the police. We're going to fix the problem. Right? He got in. He got elected. Then before he became the president, but when he was president-elect, he got onto a call with black leaders in Georgia. And this call was leaked, by the way. This was a private call that was leaked because of Joe Biden's disgusting behavior. He was on this call and he yelled, literally, I'm not even joking, look it up. He screamed and clapped at people saying, when I say I'm going to do this, I mean what I say. Don't question me. That's what Joe Biden was saying to the black community in Georgia. And then he became president. And not only did he do nothing, right? Like, if he would have done nothing, that would still be a betrayal. He went to the right. So he promised to reform the police. He gave them 3 times the local police funding per city in this country, got triple the funding. Do you know where that goes? It doesn't go to hire more cops. They might hire 1 or 2 more cops, but they're also going to get a new coffee machine. They're going to get a golden toilet seat. They're going to buy another Humvee. They're going to get another fucking school bus to deck out with spikes and riot gear. They're not... Again, I need you people to understand that, like, we live in the Twilight Zone, okay? Right? This is some crazy ass motherfucking shit, right? Look at this. Biden's diverse coalition of support risks fraying in 2024, right? And they start off with Joe Lieberman, like, of all fucking characters to start off with, right? But I need you to understand that this is fucking, like, these people are just, like, they're not even people, really. I mean, this is just proof we live in a simulation. Like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, an AI could write all of this. An AI could be the, you know, producing a hologram of Joe Biden for all I know. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, Jesus goddamn fucking Christ. Like, how is it possible? I'll tell you how it's possible, because these people are fucking mutants. I'm talking about Joe Lieberman. How is it possible that right-wingers and centrists claim that Joe Biden is being controlled by the left when Joe Biden, as a matter of fact, on every issue, has not only abandoned the left position, but has moved to the right of where he campaigned? Now, again, Joe Biden is the furthest left president that we've ever had, presumably. Now, again, we can debate FDR versus Joe Biden. I don't know, man, though. It's kind of hard. Coronavirus versus Japanese internment camps. I mean, as far as, like, tragedies, as far as fascistic, genocidal tragedies with the so-called left-wing presidents in the U.S. history, by the way, we got Japanese internment, Okay, on one end, we got pretending that a pandemic no longer exists, which is killing millions of people. On the other end, I don't know, man. Both of those are pretty hard. By the way, furthest leftist presidents in the history of the country. That should tell you fucking something. That should fucking tell you something. That when Joe Biden goes out there and says, I'm the most progressive president in American history, yeah, that's actually not that good. If this is what we got, whoa. All right. But again, it's just, it's insane. I mean, these people are fucking insane. But of course, they're paid to be insane. They don't live in the real world. They think like Joe Biden making like a wisecrack at like a buffet means he's controlled by the left or some shit. It's insane. And again, we've never had a left-wing president. Again, you can make an argument about FDR. But this whole, like, the discourse around this whole thing just really drives me up the wall. But again, this popular, everyone loves presidential discourse. That's why we start discussing the presidential race a year and a half before it even fucking happens. When is the presidential election? Does anyone know? Does anyone know when the presidential election is? It's in November, right? Oh, November of next year? Yeah, that's right. Exactly. And we're still fucking talking about it now, right? And everyone that talks about it that has any form of a platform is just fucking stupid. It's just fucking stupid, right? People like me, people like you, we don't have a platform to tell these people how fucking ridiculous they are. So we have to deal with this fucking garbage where they go like, well, Joe Lieberman says he's controlled by the left. The young people say he's controlled by the right. Oh, wow! Right? Like, I mean, Jesus goddamn Christ. But hey, whatever. I'm just having fun here. Killing some time today in this May morning.